What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken and Ross Present. The Yeah, I Said It podcast. We express it with our full capabilities. Until they want us in correctional facilities, brainchild of my child. I am the dad half of this operation, Ross Cooper. As always, I'm rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folks.
Got Chinese prisoners going to eat. Chow, man. Yeah, I was good. Everybody's having a good day, year, month, year, all that good stuff. If you're watching on other platforms, please share with your friends, your family, your pets, enemies, all that good stuff. And if you watch on YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Because if you don't, I don't know, you might get shot. There you
Wow, fam, we not no. If you don't subscribe, something might be for you. We're not condoning shooting people at all. Uh,
Hey, if
um,
you subscribe, you won't get shot. It's free. You ain't gotta do nothing. Just press the subscribe button. There you go. See, it's
you
simple.
you you really trying to get us out there, man. You really trying to get us out there, especially
I've
getting
said
the
way
topics
worse
we
than
got to
that.
touch on.
So I don't know why this is the line that's being drawn.
You said 'cause the line is being drawn is because this is America, who has a noted gun problem.
I
So
know. So this is the
no,
easy
you
way to
can't.
get free subscribers, boy. Yes, nah, I'm playing. Something bad gonna happen to you. Here you go. It might be a gun because it is America. He just hit it. So there you go.
Yeah, we can't.
Unfortunate.
Nah. This just it'll be a super soaker. There you go. Maybe it'll be a super soaker. Gonna
Yep.
do a drive-by super soaking.
Yep. And you're gonna be soaked already. Yeah. Let's go.
So, as per usual, I'm rocking a hat representative of the world's greatest city, the glorious Empire State. We will get to them in a moment, but NYPD, New York Pig Department, they're gonna do what they do, but we'll get to that. Um, I have an interesting story here. So, and I had to read this a couple times to make sure, like, huh? So we have now arrived at the point where there was a school shooting, but it wasn't a mass shooting, thankfully. But a 6-year-old shot his teacher. Richmond, Virginia, 6-year-old shoots his teacher. Of course, there's not, I'm not disclosing the name, what have you. She will live, the teacher. But reading the most latest report, it said from superintendent, and this is from the PBS NewsHour article, from the superintendent that apparently they might have got tipped off that the student had a gun, and at that tip, they searched the student, searched his bag. I'm gonna take the leap of faith here and say they searched the student because why would you search a bag and not a student? Um, and no gun was found, which leads to the possibility that he already had the gun in the school. Because what I didn't see is if he had, I'm just putting two and two together. If a teacher still got shot on the day in question, you searched his bag and you found no gun on him, presumably on his person, then the gun might have been in his locker. I'm taking a leap. I'm taking a leap here because I'm just putting two and two together. And I'm going back to my time in high school. My time in high school, we're talking, I graduated in 95. And I had the craziest homeroom ever because like 5 people in my homeroom got kicked out of school senior year. One of which was selling weed out of his locker. Dude hooked off on the assistant principal because they showed up at his locker. See where I'm going here? Showing up at the locker. Because I'm thinking to myself, if you got a tip that this kid might be carrying a gun, I know it's extreme because it's a freaking 6-year-old. We're talking about first grade? Freaking 6-year-old. And you search his bag and you find nothing. Search his person, you find nothing. Wouldn't it? I'm just thinking the logical thing here. Wouldn't you want to search his cubby? Search. I don't know. I don't remember if you get lockers in first grade. But if you search the bag, search the person, gun's not on them. Wouldn't the next thing to be search the cubby or locker or whatever else they keep things in? Because, but I'm happy the teacher will live based on Virginia law. I'm sorry. I'll get ahead of myself. They're saying The gun was obtained from his mom, which she bought legally, so it wasn't an illegal gun. And in Virginia, the law says if you have a loaded handgun or loaded gun and a kid, a minor can get to it, it is a misdemeanor. You and I had conversations offline. You think the parent should take charge. You can't blame you can't, because technically speaking, this was intentional. So let's just say the kid is 6 and this kid is 26. You could probably argue attempt murder. I'm not with giving a parent an attempt murder charge, but talk about it. Your thoughts, sir.
It's bad parenting. And then, the saying, sins of the father or the mother, whatever. But yeah, so many questions. As a 6-year-old not to use a gun, how do you know where it was? What type of beef he got with his parents? I mean, what his teachers already at 6. Like, damn, I ain't like school at 6, but want to blast somebody? There's a new breed of just child soldiers, little weapons.
Okay,
Just,
Lupe.
hey, Lupe is just predicting futures. But yeah, because you're the parent, you're responsible. Since it looks like you taught the kid how to shoot a gun and use it, you didn't do a good job of locking up, and he could have killed somebody, and almost killed someone. That's the responsibility of the parent. It's not like this is like a 16 and up year old where they know what they're doing for the most part. And I'm not saying the 6-year-old didn't know he's doing, because clearly he did, but you're still 6 at the end of the day. Might be spawned of something, but hey, he's still 6. So you still got that excuse of being ultra young. This is younger than the last kid we talked about that, off his mom. So this is a bad. Like, we're getting kids. Usually back then, it was kids getting shot, not the kids doing the shooting. So now it's just every America, boy. Oh, but like I said, not saying the other one was better. Neither is good at all. But yeah, I'm not expecting, you just started walking and talking not too long ago. You just blast me, but this is America. Something in the water. I don't know. We're just getting more violent, whatever. But we might have a conversation about violence and all this on the future podcast. But this is, yeah, I blame the parents 1,000%. I'm sorry. And since I blame the parents 1,000%, that means they take the charge for this. Whatever charge, if the teacher would have died, they took that charge. Whatever the kid's being charged with now, they take that charge. You're responsible for your kid, though, especially at that age, and your gun. So if you don't want to get charged, be a good parent. That's all you have to do. This is all. I don't know why this is so hard. This whole thing could have been avoided. Lock up the gun. Or don't teach your 6-year-old how to use it. Wait till he gets older.
To me, it goes back to what you said about I have a slew of questions. How does a 6-year-old know how to use a gun? How did you not notice the gun was missing? Why was it not locked? Was it locked and the kid stole the key? Um, do they have any older siblings that they're being influenced by? Like, got a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Um,
So yeah.
I
Whoever it is.
it's just I'm glad the teacher's gonna live. Now, here's the sad reality. The teacher we had on our show as a guest a few months back was telling me that she knows of this teacher's district and gave a call just to see what was going on. And these are those other questions. She flat out told me at this point, teachers have to accept I might get shot today. And I stopped. I said, what? But yeah, we are now at the point where teachers go to work every day to teach your damn kids, right? In the back of their mind, they are thinking, I might get shot today. Just let that wash over you. If you don't think America has a gun problem, let that wash over you for a second.
I think everyone is unfortunately having that thought. Anytime you step out the door, you're thinking you might get shot today.
You're not. You're not. You know why? I can tell you why. Because I don't have that thought.
Well, that's you.
Given
That's you.
given where I come from and where I currently reside, unless something crazy happens, I don't have that thought. Unless I'm in certain neighborhoods around certain elements, I don't have that thought.
No, I don't
I,
see.
I don't I don't have that thought.
I think the last couple of years has proven all these mass shootings, and this happened everywhere imaginable: churches, hospitals, movie theaters, malls, etc., etc. So you're not safe anywhere. Everyone has the blicky now, and people have nothing but anger to let out. We're
Well,
all fucking miserable, and this pandemic probably didn't help with the misery. So yeah, so now that everything's kind of opening up, and we starting, I think we lost touch of the social aspect of humanity here because of the pandemic. We were all, at home for the most part, or forced to be at home, and now everything's back. So now everything just feels weird. Except the only thing that's normal again is, people getting blasted in the multiple
yeah,
times. So
but
yeah,
our teachers, I just can't. I always think teachers are unsung heroes anyway,
good
and it's
ones,
just
yes.
the notion that I gotta go to work and think I might get shot today, and you're literally the change agent, the difference maker in a kid's life, and that job typically does not require the notion of, hey, I might have to make the ultimate sacrifice today. No worries about that. Soldiers do. No worries about that. Sometimes falsely pigs do. Well, for this context, I won't say that.
You just have to say for yes, they do. I hate the buff, but they do. Nah, they make a lot
But
of
no,
shit up. But yeah,
but the reality situation
they
is
do.
what comes with the territory,
And firefighters.
depending on where you are a member, where your police department is. If you are policing a quote unquote high crime area, yeah, I might get shot today.
Yeah.
Now, here's the key difference here. Police officers have body armor. Police officers also have other police officers, and police officers have a weapon to shoot back with. Teachers have lesson plans,
They thick though.
and you can't throw a lesson plan at an active shooter. Not going to help a whole lot.
Distraction.
And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I don't make them off that way, but what I'm saying is it is a referendum on how bad our society has become, how warped the allegiance is to the fucking Second Amendment. That teachers, and this is first grade, I'll give you this much. Let's be very, very honest. If I am teaching high school in certain urban or impoverished environments, I might live with the notion, something might pop off. Dog, ain't no way as a first grade teacher. The last thing on
Okay,
my mind.
I don't like that statement. How many school
What?
shootings happen in urban areas? They mostly happen with mostly primarily white people.
I'll give you that. And this
So
is
actually,
reflective.
if you're in an urban area to teach, you might have something pop off after school or a fight, but you're not really worried about being shot.
I'm just saying, it's like,
That
okay,
just
so
sounds really kind of
I,
racist.
okay,
But go ahead.
hold on.
Go
Let
ahead.
me
You said
explain.
urban area when that's not the
Right.
area that's getting shot up.
Okay, so let me clarify. You have a point. Let me clarify. The blanket statement is usually made, well, some could pop off anywhere. This is absolutely true. Something can pop off anywhere. However, when we're talking about, and we've talked about this, it relates to poverty, so on and so forth. There are certain areas, crimes of a certain nature happen with higher frequency. That's just a fact. Now, your point is very correct. The notion of, I might get popped runs through my mind because of where I grew up. But you are correct. If we're talking about getting popped in school,
Yeah, that don't happen in school. Outside of school, like I said, I've seen a lot of shit happen. But in school, it's damn near. I'm not gonna say you're untouchable, nothing won't happen, but you're not worried about getting blasted in school. So I don't know about black people. We're smart enough not to shoot in school, but as soon as you step outside, you might get blasted. So there you
Mm.
go. But
But
yeah,
yeah, circling back to where I started, like there's no way if I'm teaching in certain places, something might pop off. But at no time, at any point, anywhere, am I thinking as a first grade teacher,
yeah,
I'm gonna get popped today. Like that's the furthest thing from my mind.
unless it's like you said, Sandy Hook thing and what someone else comes in and does it, but not your
Right, right,
student.
right, 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 right.
I would not think of first, second, third, fourth graders capable of coming in there and just unleashing. But apparently I'm wrong. Evolution is real fast now, huh? We evolving to how to kill someone at 6 years old.
So
Damn.
I just one day I'm just out of sheer. If I get the time, I just want to do some stats. So for all the NRA and Second Amendment loyalists, right? The guns, the bad guys got guns. You know how you answer bad guys with guns? The good guys got to have better guns,
So
right?
teachers
For
have
all of
good.
that,
Okay.
for all of that, yep. Teachers got to have guns too, just in case,
That's
because
not gonna work. I know that for a fact. Go ahead.
because just in case the cops are too fucking cowardly. Oh, I'm sorry, Uvalde. um, you know, because y'all got all the smoke except when it comes to actually going into school and stopping shooters. Yeah, I said it. But for all of this guns, 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 how many robberies were stopped? Um, how many home invasions were reported versus how many innocent people that have nothing to do with crime got killed? I wonder. Because that's what we tell ourselves. We gotta have guns just in case the government rolls up and gotta have guns in case somebody try to run up in your house. So just out of sheer curiosity. Um, let's extend it to the pigs. How many, the bad guys got guns. How many unarmed people did y'all kill? I feel like Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead now. How many walkers did you kill? Um, how, how how many unarmed people did you kill? How many really life-threatening situations did you find yourself in? Just regular citizens. How many home invasions did you stop? How many gas stations were you at? Did you stop the robber? Versus how many times somebody who shouldn't have got shot had nothing to do with crime got killed. Because I'm not trying to guilt trip, but I'm fairly sure his mom had the gun for home protection. Nobody came in the house though. But because that gun is there, we have a teacher that was in critical condition. I, you know, there are two things, very unpopular opinion. There are two things I think this country can do without. Guns is one, rap is the other. I firmly believe this country would be a much better place without both of those things.
There's way
Never
more
gonna
shit
happen.
to do than rap, but go ahead. This is your list. How about it?
I mean, it's that's a whole another rabbit hole conversation. I'm not gonna touch it right now.
Is it for
But
the country or just for us? That sounds like a us thing.
no, 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 no. It's the country. It's the same way. I think if it sounds goofy until you dig a little deeper, until you understand the power of media. The perception of black and brown people or poor people, if you want to make it, would be a hell of a lot different if the show Cops never happened. Because if you sat and watched Cops, or you
Wait, what's that
saw,
have to do with rap?
hold on, where I'm going here is the power of media itself. Cops never happens to change the perception. If rap were to vanish tomorrow, right? Because the reality situation is more mainstream bullshit than not, the perception of certain demographics, namely us, changes drastically.
No, it doesn't. Because like you get rid of rap, you still have cops.
Who listen to or watch their kids because it's like, all right, now we got to do it. Now I got to do
No,
it.
well, because now I'm gonna kill you with this whole argument. Those is poverty will still exist with hip hop.
I'm
So,
aware of
so
that,
if
but
that's the case, and the most impoverished group of people in this country is us, what will change our perception if we're still looked at as poor, who sell drugs, and yada yada yada, and most the fathers are in jail and the moms are ratchet? What perception would change outside of us broadcasting and making a few dollars for Uncle Sam? What perception will really change?
interesting conversation. We're not going to go too far off the beaten path here, but let us not think for a second imagery doesn't matter. Um, let's also be very real. The police department is still nationally 80%. I'll say generous and say even if it's only 70% white and male. So when you have that as your law enforcement and their kids are listening primarily to what, which shapes their ideals. Like we're not gonna
Okay,
pretend
rap was invented in what? The late 70s?
76, 77
So the
yeah.
late 70s. So
Mm-hmm.
we've been in this country longer than that. So you
Agreed.
had the 60s and all that, and we were wearing suits and ties. Did the perception of us fucking change? No, it did not.
It got worse.
Because we were wearing suits and ties.
No, no, I mean from then till now it's gotten worse.
No, I'm saying the perception hasn't changed. We were still seen as that, as inferior. So hip hop not being born would not do anything. That's my point. Now you can make the point it's gotten worse. I can kind of agree with you. And you can
Huh.
also make the point it's gotten better. But like you
Please.
said, the power of media. They choose to focus on that part, not the whole picture. Because there's tons of people, like you said, and I've seen of us doing amazing things. There's tons of things in our history that if we didn't exist would not be here. So it's like, yeah, but we want to focus on the infection. And
I mean,
it's
because the
like,
sad
so
reality of it is, as a parent, if you're listening to what your kid's listening to and you analyze the lyrics, and this one ironically transcends race. This is, either way. Um, why would I want to listen to some black guy talk about bitches and selling drugs? What, huh? That's beyond race. So as I'm saying, these things contribute. But circling back to where we started, yeah, it's pretty sad that at this point a 6 year we all the guns and everything else, how many intruders have you shot versus how many innocent people, unarmed people, I won't say innocent, how many unarmed people have been shot by cops? How many of these people have these guns for home invasion? Ain't nary a person broke into your house, but somehow, KRS-One. Cats walking around with a gun as if something's gonna happen, but it doesn't. They end up shooting their cousin. They bugging. Metaphor. Like
I can't get rid
all
of hip
these
hop.
guns, all these. See, there you go. All these guns, but the people you just encasing for, they're not kicking in your door, waving the 4-4, dog. You accidentally shooting people that ain't got no connection to crime. So that's where I was going. Like, you can really get rid of every gun, get rid of rap, and
You could. It'd just be
we'd
more
be a better place.
stabbings. But at least you have a better chance of a mass stabbing than a mass shooting.
Oh, absolutely. Because
Just like you said, once
if
the
it's
first
me
person gets
versus
got, we just gonna jump you. So yeah.
if it's Mad Max, 2 men injure, 1 man leave, you got a knife and I got a machete. Like my eyes, homie.
You're not
I'm
gonna
Jason
walk
Vor.
around
I'm,
with a
I'm
machete. You
Jason.
and this
I'm
damn
Jason
machete,
Voorhees.
bro.
I'm Jason Voorhees with it, dog. Every day is Friday the 13th. Who won it?
Gonna
Who
walk
won
around
it?
with a machete.
Yes, sir. Just so I told you, we talked about it on the last show. People get too hung up on that open carry. Oh, I don't want to. No, 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 no. I don't. I mean, I don't want to conceal. I don't want to conceal it. I want you
A
to see I got the
machete.
blicky on me.
A machete.
You
So I
gonna
have a
rethink some
guitar.
things.
I have a
You
guitar.
gonna rethink? Okay, bro. See, you got to go all like that, and I got the machete. You get the poke right there, right there.
Poked right. You still gotta pull that shit out.
you get
you
you,
act like you gonna hold a machete in your pocket, my boy. You gonna have to pull it out too.
You got a whole lot of reaching to do for the katana, bro. I got the machete sheet.
Hey,
Told you, them. Friday,
there
Friday,
you go.
Friday the
See,
13th, my G.
this ain't gonna be no movie. I ain't gonna do no samurai. It's gonna be this one motion, and that one motion, your head will be over there. So yeah,
But you know, this
that's
is
not gonna happen.
bad.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay, so moving on. See, I love when you and I can have what we call a no pork show, right? We've had quite a few. We've had what we call no what we like to call no pork show. What a no pork show is a show we can go an hour and change and talk about everything, but we don't have to talk about the pigs. Pigs, aka the police, 12,
Well,
550, all of that, right? Because I don't like when we have to go down that rabbit hole. We can't have a no pork show today because some egregious shit has happened. And, why I got to talk about, because my end game, one of my end games has been disband, not defund, funny Biden. No one's talking about it anymore, but not defund, disband. We don't need
oh,
police.
so now you went the other word.
Mm-mm.
So what's gonna replace it? Nothing.
We talked about this. The article we've referenced many, many times. We will. Community policing works. We've
Does
just
it?
been convinced it doesn't. We've been told, oh, you need the police. Without the police, you're going to tear yourselves apart. Blah, 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 blah. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Or put it this way, if you didn't have police and the worst came to pass, what you would have is Darwinism. Only the strong. One way or the other, we don't need this occupying force.
We live in the
Hell, why
purge.
you? I
He
mean,
always so strong. Like, nah, get the children, women, and old people here. You sorry, always strong all that in this world. I guess population control kick in right there. But Purge 2.0, that's what he wants.
so what we have here is it's got a little age on it, but long and short, police have ways of stopping. Okay, so real quick, those who don't know, police have ways of stopping high-speed chases. It is called a quote-unquote pit maneuver. It is a maneuver done to a car to cause it to stop or flip over. Right. Um, 2021 police, and just so we give credit where credit is due, this is coming from ironically Gossip, but 12-year-old Laden Boykins. They want criminal charges against the officer who used a pit maneuver to flip the car over. This was outside of Atlanta in Paulding County. Just tragic. I'm looking at the picture and it's tragic. So Charlie Moore was pulled over, suspected of DUI. He was babysitting, actually. Just babysitting a young man. And his son was in the car too. So now even in the article, they're saying there's culpability. They're like you said, someone was gonna say, well, if you never took off, sure enough.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
You suspected of DUI. So when they finally got to him, did they test him to see if there was any alcohol in the system?
I don't think he got out. And to your other point, yeah, he has been arrested and charged with first-degree homicide by vehicle, aggravated assault on a peace officer, and endangering a child while driving under the influence. Now, I'm trying to figure out how they figured out he was intoxicated.
That's what I'm trying to say. Do you test the guy? Now, if it was alcohol in the thing, then yeah, pigs are still pigs, but you did just cost someone child their life.
So, dude was actually on the phone. The driver was actually on the phone with his wife on FaceTime when this whole thing happened. 911. Now here's where the issue lies with the cops. 911. They call the conversation between 911 and the police confirms they knew there were young children in the car. Why? So, if you knew there were young children in the car, why would you perform a maneuver to cause said car to flip over? And this is suspicion of DUI. So I'm going to go with worst case scenario. This person was bobbing and weaving and so on and so forth, right? Why couldn't you just slow chase him? This goes into a high speed chase because you're chasing. If you were aware that there are young people in the back seat, why on God's green earth would you fucking cause an accident, do a maneuver that would cause a car to flip over? Would you do it
Okay.
if these kids? Would you do it if these kids were white? Now I say that
Mm.
not just so we're clear. I'm saying this not knowing the racial makeup of the cops who did it. Because the value of black life is treated as less than, regardless of the color of the person with the badge on.
It's
So let's be
true.
real clear on that.
It's true.
If there was a white guy and two white kids, do you do the same thing?
No, I don't know. So, I
I
don't know. I don't know.
don't think so. Absolutely don't think so. And to charge him with, how are you charging him with vehicular homicide when you caused the car to flip?
Because it's your fault. It happened. Yeah. Sometimes I see charges where they are responsible for it and they still tag that charge for you.
Like that's like if I'm trying to think of another way to put it. Like, class example, sad reality, Breonna Taylor. So y'all kicked the door in, never announced yourself as police. I fired a warning shot. You got hit with said warning shot, and you charge me for attempt murder on a pig. But if you'd have kicked the door in and said police, none of this happened.
Yeah. Like I said, if you said that he shot, then yeah. But you didn't. You didn't say a
You know,
word. It was within his right to shoot because you think somebody breaking your house.
right? So I pull off high speed chase. You opt to chase me to high speed. You understand there are young people in the back seat. You do a pit maneuver to cause the car to flip over. The kid dies. You blame me for that?
I mean,
There's no
he
way
is
that charge
at
fits.
fault, but he should not get the brunt of
I
that
didn't make the
charge.
car flip. I didn't make the car flip over.
Yeah, but why would you go on a high speed chase with kills in the back?
Why are you chasing me?
Why would you run?
Why are you chasing me?
No, it's like I said, I wouldn't care if it was just him. His kids in the back. Why?
I,
Because in the back of your mind, you gotta know it's a possibility. Even if the cop don't hit you, you could hit someone else. We seen a video not too long ago. Someone was driving dumb fast and just killed like multiple families, and they weren't even running from nobody. So what? I don't know.
it
I'm
just
not even a parent, or whatever, but I would not want if I had two kids in the back seat to go on a high speed chase, whether the cop does the dumbass maneuver or not. 'Cause there's still a risk of me hitting someone or just an average citizen just driving and hitting me. And then what?
well, Philando Castile, you could not take off and do nothing and get executed in front of your child's mother and child. So.
I mean, it's a lose lose anyway. You stay, you die, you move, you could die.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
I
not
didn't
nobody.
say that it would have been better for him to stay. I didn't say that. I'm just saying, at least for the kids, they would have made it up. I didn't say you would, but you gotta make the sacrifice, my boy. So
Right. And please do not misunderstand me laughing is finding the situation funny. It's laughing because it's sad that these are your options. That's sad, that these are your options.
it is.
I just you couldn't think of nothing other to do, huh? You couldn't just instead of a high speed chase, make it a low speed chase because they're still gonna see the damn sirens behind you. So instead of me, guns blazing, trying to 90 miles, I'm just gonna trail you a little bit. You still gonna see the
Yeah.
signs behind you. I'm just gonna
If you
trail you.
have the tags, it's not like you can't find the guy.
I mean, it's Richmond. You mean it? I mean, I'm sorry, it's not Richmond. My apologies. It's outside Atlanta. You mean to tell me you don't have a helicopter? You don't have a Foxtrot?
Where's all
I'm
that
just gonna
money
bring it.
going? No,
Ukraine.
no. That's
My
true.
bad.
That's,
My
I don't
bad.
know if we even talked about that, but yeah, 110 billion reasons why our pigs can't do their
110
job.
Billy, boy. Yo, I need to go start a war or something.
Maybe,
110 Billy.
yeah, US, yo, IRS, let me hold $1, yeah, please.
I need to go start a war. Like, yo, my
Yeah,
native land of wherever.
yeah, we need funding too.
Like, listen, I'm from the nation of Wakanda, and we are fighting Atlantis. So, yeah, Kukulkan. So I need like 110 Billy. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Let y'all know I need 110 Billy. Shout out to Black Panther and Ryan Coogler. But yeah, it just seems like so many other ways to do this.
Yeah, but
And because again, if you're gonna charge bro with vehicular homicide, then y'all need to get charged for it too.
yeah, yeah, both of you, I agree. They both should be.
I just, I and sadly, none of this is gonna bring that 12-year-old back. That's
Well,
the ultra shitty part of all of this.
everything
Life
that could
is
have
good.
went
Life is
wrong went
yes.
wrong.
Right. All right. All right. So we have a difference of opinion on this next piece, but nonetheless, we are talking about pork. This is from a day ago. This is from BBC. Sadly enough, I have to trust the BBC to get real news. Keenan Anderson, who is the cousin of a Black Lives Matter founder,
Uh,
was tased to death.
that's why we agree. Thanks. Okay.
So Patrice Cullors is one of the founders of BLM, the organization. Her cousin, teacher, father, died at the hands of the LAPD. This is from January 3rd. And traffic accident. Traffic accident. So let's see. Allegedly, there's police chief Michael Moore said, and this is coming from the BBC, he committed a felony hit and run. Attempted to flee the scene by trying to get into another person's car without their permission. That's real shit.
It's
Like
GTA.
you can't hit, then try to house somebody else's joint.
GTA.
Okay, so now this is from this is from camera footage. Mr. Anderson says, somebody's trying to kill me, but there's no visible threat that shows on camera. And he was told to sit down. He sat down. But as more cops arrive, bro gets up and just runs into the street. And your man said, when he got up and ran, he's like, please help. They trying to George Floyd me. I just hit him with a stun gun. Then, of course, stop resisting or I'm going to tase you. Other officers are holding him down. Then he's tasered again, another 5 seconds. Oh, boy. Died 4.5 hours later after going to the hospital. Now, here's where this gets kind of interesting. Toxicology report from the LAPD shows he had cannabis and coke in his bloodstream.
Got enough money to pay for that. I
Uh,
bet you do. Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon.
but sadly, the LAPD, and I didn't dig deeper into this one, but LAPD is LAPD. Scar Smith, 45, Oscar Sanchez, 35, both shot dead at the start of January. You got two people shot dead, one black, one Latin. Now you have this. Anything you want to tell us, LAPD? Anything you want to talk about?
Nah,
Y'all seem a little y'all seem a little trigger happy and overly aggressive, or is that just the norm?
this is business as usual. I mean, ain't nothing to tell you.
So here's the funny shit. Here's the funny shit though. Here's the funny shit. The thing they tried to accuse George Floyd of, oh, he was high, da 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 da, patently false. This cat actually was. I don't. It's a tough one though, and I'll tell you why it's a tough one. Because the thing that we asked for was actually done. He was not shot. They used non-lethal, air quotes, non-lethal force. But when you have certain things in your system, non-lethal force can be quite lethal.
Now, how would they know that?
You don't.
So,
I mean,
damn, I
but
get defending these motherfuckers.
no, hold on. I'm running it through. How does this go differently? Okay, if I show up at the scene of an accident, cat that caused the accident gets out the car, tries to run to another car and take off. I get up on him like, yo, they trying to kill me. I look around, I don't see the ops. You all right, fam? You seem a little. I'm thinking mental at this point.
Okay,
I'm thinking mental.
ain't got nothing to do with a taser.
So how do we de-escalate this situation? I'm trying to figure out how does this go.
You can't. If a man is
It
high
can.
out of his
It
mind,
can.
if
It
he's
can.
high out of his mind and,
So
having
check this out.
very euphoric feeling right now, he's, being delusional and all that, what can you do?
I'll tell you what you can do. Tell you exactly what you can do. So, and I'd have to check and see if they have some on them, but being at LA, I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say yes. If I want to use, I have my lethal force, I have my service weapon, right? I have my quote unquote non-lethal force, which is the taser, right? What else should I probably have on my person?
What, handcuffs?
Because you gotta get those on somebody. What else do I have on my person that should make somebody kind of fuck now?
What?
Pepper spray.
Oh,
Real hard to keep struggling when you can't fucking see.
yeah, it is.
Real hard to
We're
keep
just gonna
struggling.
swing blindly. I don't need to see
Right.
where I'm swinging. I'm gonna keep it
I'm
leaning.
trying. I'm trying to see what's option C here.
That's not.
Option A
It's
is
not gonna
out the
make it
question.
better.
You didn't use lethal force. You didn't use a gun. Option B is taser. But like you said, it's in somebody's system. So I'm trying to think here. What else could this be? Because I'm just trying to again run it through the common sense grinder.
You
You
know,
say you
well,
you you acting real odd, bro. I told you to sit down. Then you get up and you start running. Like you already done. Then you talking about they trying to kill me. I don't see the ops nowhere. Like
have a nice conversation. Sit down for some tea. You know.
your man was initially compliant and just got up and started bolting. And see if not for the fact like that's not weird to me. Because who wants to get arrested for real? The weird part comes at the beginning where you talking about they trying to kill me and I don't see nobody around. I'm okay. We might have a mental issue here.
Yeah,
Because
it
you talking
might.
about
It is at that point.
so now I'm not treating this as a you just don't want to go to jail. That's part of it, but I'm not treating it as that first. I'm treating it as some might be low, you know what I mean? Either you high or you off, right? Either way, I'm not dealing with this from the I just don't want to go to jail standpoint. But depending on which angle you look at, they done effed up. You
no,
literally just killed the cousin of the founder of BLM in LA.
no one gives a fuck.
Oh, your ass is about to
Not
get
in that. Not in that. No, they're not.
fried.
No, they're not. No one gives a fuck. Now back to what you said. They messed up where they tased them multiple times. You should have did that one time. I don't know how much voltage is in each time you do it, but doing it
Fifty
three, two
thousand.
times is not good. You say what? You
Fifty
said 3,000?
thousand.
You said sixty
Like
thousand?
50,000. 50.
So times that, what you got to take 3 times?
Something like that.
So 50 times the goddamn 150,000 volts in your system, plus you being high. So your blood and heart rate is already going through the roof because you being, impaired. So yeah, that's definitely gonna kill him. 3 was unnecessary. It was a group of people, like you said, right, holding them down and one taser. That should have been far enough. I'm
And
not.
it's
I'm
like
not.
you
It's
can't keep
kind
saying
of double tap, son. Like, what we doing?
how you and shout out to the brother Sean King. I was looking at his take on this, and he has a point. You can't tell somebody to not move or stop resisting, and you're literally sending 50,000 volts through their body.
Yeah, that don't make no sense either. Like, if I'm being, that's impossible
Like,
to not move when you get a shot, unless you did. Even then, you still gonna move. But yeah,
oh, but this, oh boy, like I told you, this gets bad. Per Patrice Colors, my cousin was scared for his life. He spent the last 10 years witnessing a movement challenging the killing of black people.
hmm. I don't care about hearing that
He
from
knew
her.
what was at stake and he was trying to protect himself. Nobody was willing to protect him. They have called for the LAPD police chief to resign. Whoo, they have gone ahead and expedited the release of the video foot. Oh, I told you they know they in some shit because they figured out who it was real quick. They expedited the footage to be released because normally it takes 45 days. That's a whole other matter entirely. Why does it take so damn long to get police footage when y'all do something crazy? What, you need time to edit it? Is
Yeah,
that it?
yeah. And
Need time to doctor it up real
nice,
quick.
nice statement. Get the officer cleaned up. 45-day suspension, so he's no better. Took classes, all that good shit. But yeah,
But yeah, they got the wrong one. So
karma's a bitch. That's all I got to say. But yeah,
see, stop, yo, stop,
I'm
dude.
not saying nothing. All I say is karma's a bitch. That's all I say.
And we talked about this. This ain't karma, dog. This
I'm
is a
leaving.
life loss.
Hey, I'm leaving.
This is
I
a
I
life
ain't say
loss,
nothing.
yo.
All I said, karma's a
This
mother.
ain't karmic at all. This is not
Okay,
karmic at
hey,
all,
this is
yo.
my humble opinion. I'm not a god, so I don't know how the karma gods work, but to me, if it looks like a dog, it barks like a dog, it might as well be a motherfucking dog. So yeah, karma is a bi. But yeah, rest in peace to all the other ones, people, because LA definitely got a problem now. 3 people is the third person dead in the hands of y'all. So yeah, that's not good. So yeah, the chief should be fired just for that shit by itself. They don't not fired because the cousin of some person, a great organization got killed, but because
That's just
your
this is
officers just killed
you.
3 people.
But that's the thing. You keep rolling the dice like that. You keep treating everybody like a perp, and this is how you do it to everybody. You eventually gonna bump into something like this. And again, you're right. It shouldn't matter who you are related to, this and that. But the reality of it is, it does. What happens when it's another cop's kid and you don't know it?
It's
Because
in
that's bound to
house.
happen.
It's in house.
That's bound to happen.
It's probably already happened, but it's in house. They're an organization for a reason. Like I said, so whatever happens in house, usually you will not know about it. Like I said, or unless you're that female cop that had a choo choo on her, but other than that, we would not know about it.
We will not. Nope. Nope. Nobody. Nope. 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 Not touching. Not at all.
Ah,
I'm
I
not.
know it
I'm
doesn't.
because I'm not. Because I'm not. I'm not. One, there's no way to phrase that and not have it come off as extremely misogynistic.
I
Is
said choo choo.
one.
You can use what you need, but
Yeah, but we all know what you mean. So we're not gonna do that. And two, I don't.
dude, that was good.
The only real. The only issue here is it's
You
a
did it on the clock. That's why it's a problem.
right.
If
If
it
you're a
was off the
consenting
air, no one
adult,
would care. No one would care.
Yeah, if you're a consenting adult, you want to do what a consenting adult does, and
Yeah,
multiple people.
right. But you're doing it on the clock. That's where the problem comes in. That's why
Yeah, that's
y'all
pretty
got
dumb.
mad. Like what?
That's
So
not
like,
really that's it's not really protecting and serving much. Not really
I
protecting and
mean,
serving much.
somebody's getting served, but they ain't really protecting nothing. Maybe they're using protection. I hope. It's a lot of people.
I'm about to disconnect like right now. I'm about to disconnect you right now, yeah. I'm about to disconnect you right now, yeah. So, all right. So we go from LA to the world's greatest city, NYPD. Oh, hold on. Nicholas Scalzo. Suspended without pay. What? Eric Adams? You suspended one of your own without pay? What is
Oh,
going on here?
never been done before.
Holy shit. But video comes through of him repeatedly punching a 14-year-old girl in the head. So you go, it happens. Kids after school fight. I'm not excusing it. That's just what happens if
It happens.
you are, kids after school fight. Cops are there. They go to break up the fight.
Yeah.
Cop gets punched or what have you. And
Hmm.
I'm trying to be fair. And what I'm saying is, all right, if I'm in that position, what do I do?
You punched her 11 times?
No, because what I'm thinking here is it's two, I think it was two, they said it was two foot patrols. It's two cops and like a gang, a couple kids fighting, but that's an excitable situation. So you know what? What did I just say about the last situation? I'm not going to use lethal force. I'm not going to tase anybody. This is the perfect opportunity for what? Crowd suppression. Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
This is the perfect opportunity for crowd suppression.
Yeah, the
But
pepper spray kid.
what did your goofy ass do? Your goofy big ass in over there and got into with a 14-year-old and punched a 14-year-old 11 times.
And the rest of it. Right.
I'm just trying to figure out because if it was a 14-year-old black male, would you be so quick to try to throw hands like that though?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. You
He
know
might,
why?
the worst part
You
is
know
they might end
why?
up
Because
dead.
you're probably dealing with somebody bigger, your size or bigger,
Yeah,
not
then
you
and
specifically, but you're dealing with because depending on a 14-year-old. Look, 14-year-old is 6 feet tall now.
some in the water. But like, nah,
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying? So you see two brothers fighting, duking it out after school. You so inclined to run in there, start throwing hands.
I think it would be worse.
What do you mean?
That person might end up dead just because what you said. I feared for my life. He swung on me, so I'm gonna draw my gun. There you go. That's too easy, man. Come on, dog. Pepper spray king right here.
Again, crowd suppression. That's exactly what it's for.
Just give him a flash grenade for all that. Why not? Let's go there.
No, I mean worst. Okay, now the thing, and I'm not. I'm just saying out of the three options here. Worst case scenario,
A
someone has
blacker now.
asthma, but then again, if you know you got asthma, you shouldn't have your ass out there beefing no way.
Okay, but what if it was self-defense? You think asthma? Do you think that person care I got asthma? No. You gonna keep swinging on me. Hey, you
I'm
gotta
just
do what you gotta do.
I'm because it's like, look, if I were a cop, I really want things over with, done quick, fast, and in a hurry, and with as little possibility of me having to really do anything physical. Typical cop mentality.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what guns for.
kids over there beefing. Yo, chill. Yo, I need to. I'm asking y'all to chill.
You trying to
Like I'm not duking it out with
well,
y'all. I'm not wrestling with y'all. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not
just
doing none of that.
you just quick to blind someone who could be
No,
permanently
I'm
blind and all
chill.
that stuff for
I
nothing.
get it. Some kids don't respect authority. I understand that. Respect stinging eyeballs. Respect stinging eyeballs. We're not doing this. I'm
You know
not.
what?
I'm not doing this. I'm
Oh,
not
I
because of
guess we just
situations like
need
this.
bouncers for freaking school now. Not cops. We just need bouncers. That's what we need.
This is outside of school though.
That's what. Well, okay.
Right. This is outside. Kids beef after school still. It does happen. Everybody don't pull the
Was it
pussies.
on school
Kids
property,
still beef.
or was it just out in the streets and then cows
I
pulled
think it
up?
was outside. It was outside. They reading the article. They got dispensed to a middle school, so it was at school property, right outside school
Okay, it was
property.
at school property. Yeah, bouncers. It was in his rights. There you go. It's on the property. So there you go.
Wow.
Get a
I'm
school
just
bouncer.
yo. I'm not. I'm it's just kids are smart. I'm not doing this. I'm not because if you gotta break up a fight, you gotta bear hug somebody from behind.
I'm not breaking up nothing. I let
You
people
can't just
beat
be
me.
like, "Hey, cut it out, guy." No, if you gonna break up the fight, you gotta commit. You gotta run up and pull the asses away,
It's
right?
something I learned, because I'm assuming it was girls fighting because you
It
hitting
was
girls.
two girls fighting. It was two girls
See,
fighting.
as a man, I've learned, a lot of female family members and all that stuff. I don't get involved when they fight. You just let it happen.
But you have the option not to. You're not a cop.
Just saying,
You
it's a
have
lose
as a
lose
cop. You
because
don't.
because the thing about what see if it was like I say two of my brothers fighting or something, my cousin, whatever. See, if I get hit, then I have no problem beating the shit out of whoever hit me. But if the two girls are fighting, I get hit, your first instinct is to swing or whatever, it's gonna look bad. So no,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, I wish there was a female cop involved because it probably wouldn't have been as bad if it was a female cop that swung last time.
Yeah.
And,
And
but
I'm not.
because
I'm
it's
gonna
a
be
man
real.
swinging on a little girl, it looks 10 times worse.
Dude
So
was wrong. I'm gonna be all the way real with it. Dude was wrong, but I'm also be all the way real with it. This is the part where you have to understand. This is where being human works. Because let's be real, like you just said,
that's why I
I don't
said
care who it is. If you go to break up a fight and you catch it straight to the jaw,
you
what's
swing
your first instinct?
to
What's your
swing
first
back.
instinct?
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not excusing the pit. I'm just saying for
No,
me,
never that.
I'd have called for some female backup or something, or or like do what you said. It would have to be the quickest bear hug of all time. And then I don't want to do it too much. I don't want to get SA charge. But yes, so it's
Mm-mm.
a bear hug, and if I miss, I don't want to hit a straight because if I get straight, your instinct is going to do something. And apparently, his instinct
And then you want to hit people
is
11 times in the head. And that's
so
why I said, okay, how do we avoid this? And that's where crowd suppression comes in. Because somebody would have been like, yo, listen, if I, oh, they beefing, oh shit, they fighting. Cop rolls up, yo, everybody chill, everybody disperse. Whatever, yo, they fighting. Yo. Game change right there. Soon as I see you shaking at the canister, yo, Sam, yo. now it's a different, now it's a different matter.
you ain't gonna have no pepper spray left messing with you being a cop, boy. You just gonna be that cop. Everybody gonna wear
I'm
shades
no,
around you.
I'm like I said, as a bystander, if I'm watching, I'm here to see the beef. Yo, they throwing joints. You know
So
what
you
I'm
gonna
saying?
start spraying the
Oh,
crowd too?
and then I see the cop walk up. Yeah, you're whatever, yo, they beef. Oh, see, yo, fam, yo, I might want to say this tomorrow. I'm out.
It's
Like,
the
like,
pepper
nah,
spray.
I'm not. I'm
The
not catching
pepper,
pepper spray.
the
I'm not
pepper spray.
catching pepper spray because of you, B. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm
The
all the
pepper
way
spray.
good. No,
Yeah, that's yeah. Out there, the peppers. Oh, he got the spray on me. He got the
nah, I'm
spray.
out. Y'all can tell me who won later. Y'all can tell me
I'm
who
not
won later.
scared
I'm
no
out.
damn pepper spray, man.
Cause I'm like, what was? Cause I get it. You caught a stray. The young lady said she punched him like once or twice, and dude just unloaded, like hit her with a 10 hit Akuma combo, yo. like you. so,
Like, supposed to be laughing. Like, a young girl got assaulted 11 times. I mean,
but and that's why he's currently suspended without pay. You
yeah.
won't hear me say this often, but props to Eric Adams for that. And I'm like, you need to use all bullshit aside. You need to exercise better judgment. I'm not stepping into a fight because, like I said, all bullshit aside, yo, these are teenagers. She was 14. They can carry the ox at that age. Somebody pull a knife. I'm not stepping in between that.
I mean,
So
but
I'm so
also,
I'm
but
like,
you're an adult.
how do I suppress this from a distance?
But you're an adult too.
And which means I
Gonna
got
be.
common sense. I'm not walking into a fight.
But I'm saying, as you're adult, like I said, I've seen it many times. We've all been in school, either been in fights or witness fights. When the teachers or the police officer at the school, whatever come, they just go. It's not time to think like, how do I Batman this shit? No, you just go. I don't have no contingency plan. I'm not making pepper. I'm not prepping. I'm going. You ain't got time because, like you just said, someone could have a knife, someone could do this, that, or someone could get beat down so bad they might die. So you don't got time to think about. You just go. You
Fam,
know, there's
I'm just like,
instincts. You just go. You
this
don't really
this
think. You
ain't
just
let's
go.
see, no. This will make you a bad cop, sir. No, because
You know that.
the way I was brought up, here's the thing. If you see a beef, the odds of it just ending are low. Somebody gonna get stabbed, somebody else gonna jump in, somebody gonna pull the blicky. So I'm not walking into that. Teenagers are not. So my thought is, how do I suppress this from a distance? What gives me the most bang for my buck? That's why
Because
I get what you're saying. You just go. No, not outside. If we in school walls, maybe. Outside, and we got all these onlookers. I don't know who got what, who from this school, who not. I got two people fighting. Then I got something. Problem solved. Problem solved, yo. And for those who are listening and not watching, that's me shaking a can of pepper
you
spray.
keep shaking the Hey,
Like that's just smart. That's just smart. That's just smart money right there. That's
hey,
smart money right
all
there.
right, Paul Blart, man, you got it, man. Greatest top flight security over here, my boy.
I mean, that's just small money right there. Like I'm
Top
not
flight
stepping in that
security.
because there's too many opportunities to go left, and this went left. This went all
I
the way
mean,
left.
it didn't go left for him. It went left for her.
It went. I mean,
Well,
you
it went
got
left for
facts
him
here, but
afterwards, but at the
you guys
moment,
without pay, dog, and I can't see you keeping your job. Like all but just on a regular human level, you about to get fired because you about to lose your job. You about
because
to
you
get fired
get
for some dumb shit.
you gotta get inspired because you just caught it straight and you reacted.
Right, you about
Well,
to
that's
get fired. Out of all the things to get fired for, dog, like what you in the unemployment office for? Because I was beating on a 14-year-old. How you? So you about to lose your job over some dumb shit. Like out of all the possible things, you about to lose your job over some dumb shit.
I would say I feel bad, but
Oh,
mhm.
not even a little bit.
I don't.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Not
I
even a little
don't.
bit.
So yeah, next topic.
Well, way to go, YPD. Um, so we're gonna wrap this up with an article that you sent me, which is to this moment like wild. I just wild. So there was a tweet. I'm just wow. Come from the Daily Lao. World's first brain implant to treat depression begins second, not first, second human trial. Moving one step closer to being available to the public. Okay. Um, Scientists at Intercosmos attempted to treat a patient's depression by implanting electrodes into their skull. Their implant sought to ease the patient's depression through short electric impulses. The hardware is about the size of a penny and actively balances the brain's stimulation for about 15 minutes each day. The company is working on finding ways to make the surgery process less invasive to avoid barrier to entry for new patients. Second round of human trials is currently in planning as Intercosmos moves closer to bringing their implant to market. So we're going to unpack this in real time because as I'm reading that, my first thought is, what in the entire fuck? My second thought immediately is, we're going about this all wrong. But I do see, ironically, I do see the attraction. Depression is something a lot of people suffer from, and clinical depression, even almost even more so. Clinical depression is a real thing, and it's hallmark unless they've changed it in the DSM-5. By it's like when you get what's considered clinically depressed, as far as I know, and feel free to correct me in the comments if you will. That's when you're at the point of feeling like shit for about 2 weeks or so, and not only have you possibly had the idea of, you know what, I might want to unalive myself, but I think I might have an idea of how to do it. If you've ever been to that place and someone says, hey, I might can help, I don't see why you wouldn't take it. Now, and that is a lot easier because I don't think we talk a lot about depression. We talk about how to get by it. I don't know if we have enough conversations in this modern Western world about what causes it. When you start looking at the effects of social media, the effects of media, um, the way that we've been bred to believe socially that basically you ain't shit if you don't have X amount of dollars in your bank account or these kind of clothes or access to these things. Like we've created depression through society, and it's not gotten any better. So me in my non-depressed, fully functioning state looks at this and says, "Are you crazy? Like you're gonna put something in my brain? F out of here." But I can say that sitting here, going to therapy, fully actualized for the most part, and in control of my emotions as much as I can be. If I were in that place where I don't really know if I want to be here anymore, and you offer me this, and I just don't want to feel like shit anymore, I see where that's attractive. What
No,
your thoughts are?
no, it's not attractive. You're getting brain surgery. You're putting a chip in your head that's literally sending messages to your brain to not make you undepressed. What makes you believe they couldn't do anything else to send messages to make you do other things?
Now, remember, you sound like, and again, feel free to correct
I'm
me.
not. They're literally doing it. I'm not even. This ain't even conspiracy theory. Like you're
No,
literally because
hold on,
like
hold
this
on.
is all your brain's electrometro, whatever.
Electromagnetic, right? Hold
Yes.
on.
So if you
Here's the
send
thing.
signals, you can do things. Go ahead.
You sound, but you're also speaking from a standpoint, at least from what I understand. It's it's tough to speculate because, to my knowledge, neither one of us are in that place. You're thinking from the standpoint of, and you're right. What else could you possibly be doing? Think about it from the standpoint of, I just don't want to feel like shit every day. It's a different conversation on that side of the fence. You're
Smoke.
right. I'm right. What else? What is, because we go back to the jab conversation. On the surface, it's supposed to be A, B, and C, but you rush to development. You have no long-term studies. What else could be in there? Right? That's a legit question.
Well, this is well.
Same
That's
thing here, though.
different. I mean, I think
Right,
this is
same thing
different.
here.
I think
You're
it's different.
putting something in my brain that can affect the way I feel on a day-to-day basis. What else could you be doing? That's a
Bro, it's
legitimate
your
question.
brain. This isn't something that you just put in your body and that they rush. They already, I don't know if they had trials or human trials for the vaccine, the jabs or not. So I don't know about that.
Allegedly, they did. Allegedly, they did.
Okay, but it looks like they've been doing this for a minute and they're really, really testing this stuff. So I don't know if it sounds rushed. But either way, rushed or not rushed, I don't want something in my brain. That is the thing that can if that's compromised, I'm dead anyway. I could be a zombie for all and not control any. You have access to my brain, and there's no way for me to get that out.
In the same way I said, you are correct. I am not
So
denying what you're saying is
and
accurate,
think
but
about
I'm
how well, I'm saying, but sorry, but think about how they're hearing your. They're sending messages to your brain to make you not feel this way. So what makes you think if it's one I want a malfunction, two, you know, they want to send you to do something else? That's
so let me
mind
ask you
control 101. Like they
so let me
literally
ask
could do it.
you so let me ask you something. What's the difference between this and just taking antidepressants? It's the same thing, isn't it?
Hmm?
What is the difference between this and having to take pills, take antidepressants
Yeah,
every day?
because you can stop that. How do you stop this? It's already in your brain. And the last time I checked, I don't have to get brain surgery, which is already a big almost no to get it in there. I don't need surgery to take antidepressants, and not to mention you can stop. And there's other ways, to help with depression. I wouldn't know, like you said, therapy. Hell, since weed is legal everywhere, yeah, weed. Hey, there's other things to do. Exercise, focus on whatever. There's other things you can do that doesn't need brain surgery to have a chip in your head that's literally sending you messages that
So
you're not in control of.
here's where this gets interesting. Again, I'm not denying you're right, but that's external. And here's what I mean. You're correct. Exercise, sunlight, there all of
Those
these
are all
things,
natural cures,
right?
actually.
But they all require something, someone, or both externally getting through to you to do that. And when you are sitting in that place where every day feels like shit, that's a tall ask.
So
Like
you
that's
would
a tall.
rather have surgery, consider someone who's been to that place. So you would rather have surgery and something in your brain to not make you feel it. Because the thing that people do for that is usually narcotics, alcohol, or marijuana now. But but yeah, I just I'm not doing
See,
that.
the
Brain
problem.
surgery for 15 minutes a day to send me messages so I don't feel bad. When the truth is that I think we all want to find out one day depression is all in your mind. It's all you.
Some of it
Once
is.
you master you, you will
Mhm.
not be depressed anymore. So I would figure that time spent that you or however money or whatever is being spent on getting brain surgery, that you take that time to study you.
Oh, at this point, I'm sure they're not paying for it. I'm sure they're not paying for it. I'm sure the
Either
company is
way,
paying
but I'm
for it.
saying this all comes from within. Your mind is a powerful thing. Don't give it away because then you wouldn't be in control of yourself, and then you could do something else, and it wouldn't even be you. It would be the chip and whoever was controlling it.
And isn't this a chip that was? Didn't the first Terminator have a chip in their brain? How? Never mind. But
I mean, I wouldn't even go down the rabbit hole, but I told you next step of human evolution was machines, and I'm getting proven right.
can I be a T 1000? Just
Nah, I want to be T 1000, man.
I'd rather be a T 800. I'd be like Arnold. I'd rather be a T 800. But anywho, Cyberknife Systems Model T 101. But all jokes aside, though, I get. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying really the only person that can answer this question accurately would sadly be someone that's in that place. And I get how if you are in that place and you just want to feel alive or not feel like dying. I get where this can be an attractive option.
No,
Now, I don't think I would do it.
it's an invasive surgery from what I'm
It is.
seeing, right? And like I said, it just sending signals to your brain. You know the natural way to send signals to your brain? You,
Mhm.
the sun. I know a lot of people don't realize it, but because if you ever feel down, like I said, unless it's cloudy or whatever, but and there's sunlight, you just sit out there for a little bit, you actually start to feel better. I can't
You do.
explain it. Well, actually, you can't explain
But
it,
I'm saying you can. You
but
absolutely can. That's
yeah,
sunlight, that
yeah,
vitamin D.
all that.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. You know, even if you're not religious or you can be spiritual, that's a real thing. Being outside in nature, letting the sun hit you, taking care of your body. Like, cause like you've always said when I was there, you know, one of the few wise things you said, strong mind, strong body. I don't know where you got it from. Maybe you came up with, but strong mind, strong body. If you have a strong mind, a strong body, there's really nothing that can stop you but you. So, including depression. And I'm not saying no one's not allowed to get depressed, as we all have. They do, because society. But yeah, I would say before you do that, try to do other options. That should be last resort. If it's last resort and you have nothing else, it's your life. If this
Yeah.
ever gets approved, but I wouldn't do it because that just sounds fishy. My antennas is going up. I don't trust it. But that's just me.
And that's my thing. I do believe some kind of depression might be biochemical, biochemistry, and that's a different matter entirely. But I think there needs to be a little more effort. And I understand it costs more, but there needs to be a little more effort on
Prevention.
trying to trying to assuage the things that cause people to be depressed, the job, the money, the this, the that.
And
Our
that's
society
class.
induces our society induces depression.
It does. Like I said, it's no coincidence that the suicide rate went up when social media started booming. It's not a
And
coincidence.
not at all.
So yeah, happens.
Nope. All right. So run it back, recap. Let's start from the top here. Oh boy. 6-year-old should not know how to find and use guns, and that is tragic. I am thankful that the teacher did not die. I have a slew of questions. I am sure if we just sit back and watch, we will get the answers to them. Um,
Hopefully.
but none of them are going to be very, very good. And I
No.
hope we never have to deal with a story like this again. Um, Keenan Anderson, like that's, ay, ay, this is bad. And I really hope the LAPD tries for this. Because you got 3 dead minority men in a month, and we ain't even all the way through January yet. We are halfway through January. We are 2 weeks into January. That's 1.5 dead people per week, and this one happens to be the cousin of a BLM founder. Rest assured, your asses are going to fry for this. Should that be the case just because? No, but it will be, and you aptly deserve it. Um, then Boykins, also bad because this, young man should be alive, and you don't do a pit maneuver with a to a car with young people in it. There was, and just I'm going through this, and I'm like, there was a different way to handle this, and it didn't have to result in trying to flip, and not trying to, but flipping over a car and killing a preteen over suspected DUI. This kid's dead. And you're going to charge the driver with vehicular homicide because you flipped the car? Bad decision making. Bad decision making. Our not so good buddy Nicholas from the NYPD. Nicholas Scalzo suspended without pay. Pepper spray is your friend, my man. Pepper spray is your friend, my man. Because you caught a stray and you did the human thing and you went all, you know, Akuma Ryu Ken shit, and now you're about to lose your job because you didn't do the smart thing and just grab some pepper spray. That's just sucky. And let's see here. Last but not least, ah, brain implants to cure depression. I just wish we'd have some more research, more funding towards curing the things in our society, in this culture that cause depression. I personally would not do it, but I'm also aware enough to understand I am making that statement from a healing space. Um, If I were in that space, I cannot promise you it wouldn't be an attractive option. So as such, I see why someone in that space would do it, but I just think we're barking up the wrong tree. We're treating symptoms. We're not treating root causes. Your recap, sir.
Um, yeah. Um, Rest in peace to the kid that passed away in the car chase. They're both at fault. The driver and the pig that did the maneuver. When you both knew that there were kids in the back, and you both did it, so you both should be charged, in my opinion. Um, the BLM cousin, like I said, the pigs need to fry because they're pigs. I don't even eat pork, but they just need to fry anyway. But unfortunately, because the last victim, the first two weren't good enough, so the last one, since you're related to a great organization, then so now people want to pay attention to it, and maybe you fry. Probably not, because they don't have no damn support. So I doubt anything will really happen. So business as usual. I didn't even know about the first two dying until I heard about this. So yeah, um, yeah. Can't do Mike Tyson's box out on a 14-year-old, my boy. This is not Dreamcast or Atari. So yeah, I guess next time you should do. Um, I guess you should take, be top flight security over here and use your pepper spray. Yeah. Maybe that'll work. If that, I don't know what you do. You call for backup. This is the one time you call for backup, and hopefully it is a female, because then they can handle that. Because if she swings, at least it would be a little less thing versus if I swing. Well, not me, but a male swinging on a little girl. And the brain plan for depression, that's a huge no for me. I don't care what state I'm in. It might be better. There's way better options. Said invasive brain surgery, because there's no guarantee I make it from that. And then we don't know the side effects and what else they could be doing because they have the greatest access to a person that there is. Not your bloodstream, not your freaking brain. And they can send signals to it. So you can have little soldiers like it's freaking um I forgot the movie. Insurgent. There you go. Divergent. There you go. Kind of like that. You know, controlling people. Mind control.
Well, oh, TV timeout. Show off the hoodie, man. So folks have been sitting there looking like you about to go, get the mask out. Get you off the fast way, the ski mask way. That says Black Storytellers Matter. That would be us. That's a cool hoodie. Want to shout out the creators of it. I wish I knew specifically, but it's a dope hoodie. Definitely applies to us. If we're not going to wear our own merch, we're definitely going to support something that supports us. So there's that. But same bad time, same bad channel. I appreciate you all for tuning in, for watching, for listening. Love bringing you the content on behalf of myself and my co-host. Yeah, I said it podcast. Peace.
Yeah.